Greetings, Diesel Funketeers. Tim Fielder back with the Diesel Funk Dispatch. It was a pretty long week last week at UEMOJICon in San Jose, California. Had a great time. It was exhausting, but it was a great time. I had the privilege to work with that staff there. Particular shout out to Reggie, Gwendolyn, and Tiffany, who were great at not only facilitating the panel, but facilitating the graphic artists or folks who had attended the event. Also, I'd like to thank John Jennings for making sure that I was part of the festivities. It's great to see all these people, both old heads and newer heads, and third heads and fifth heads like myself, old heads like myself who joined in, and it was great. They fed us well. They housed us. They made sure we got there okay, even though the ride home was a bull. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. It took me a day or two to actually recover from that trip, all due to the shutdown and everything like that. So it was a lot. It was a lot, but it was really, really a extraordinarily positive event. And something that I think, I want to do again. Something I think, if they'll have me, I will absolutely do it again. Also, let's see if I can find out. Let's see if I can go here. I don't know if I can, but hello. Is my okay? Let's adjust this mic here. There it is, because I think I went through all that trouble to get the mic set up, and it's like, hey, yo, your mic's not showing. Okay, so there's a mic there. All right, good. Also had the extraordinary opportunity to view one Cornel West, who gave a fantastic speech. And I think what I'll do here is I'll see if I can play that video for you guys. That might be fun to show. There it is. Yeah, there it is right there. Let's go here. So we got that, and what we're going to do here now is go to our straight ahead window, our desktop actually. There we go, and this is where I met Cornel West. It's very cool.
Still trying to get your picture. I am. This is crazy.
Brother Harv making a stay with his grandma.
I came with American Eagle.
Hey, Brother West, real quick, Brother West.
You need to go with him, or I can follow him. It's up
Yeah,
to you.
follow him. Hey, Dr. West, real quick.
Yes.
Dr. West, real quick. I wanted to introduce you to Tim Fielder.
So I had to draw you real quick. I know you were busy. I know you're doing. I'm not trying.
That's
I know you. I don't
beautiful.
want to hold you up. I know you're doing your thing, man.
Brother, what an artist you are, man.
Thank you. So I'm gonna hand this over to them. I got the animation and everything, so it'll all play back for you.
Wee. That's unbelievable.
Hold on, you don't want to purge that. Hold on one second there,
Okay.
bro. No. All right, we go. I'm sorry. You got me a little bit nervous here.
No, you do your thing, brother.
So that's doing that there,
Uh-huh.
and now we're gonna save that video. And and I went there. Now we're gonna go to a video here. Hold on, there you go, right there. So that plays back for you. So they'll get all this to you in time. I just want to make sure I got you in a second. And I know you're busy, so sir, it's been a pleasure.
You put a smile on my mom.
That was the most
She would
important thing.
recognize her child. Recognize her child, brother.
Pleasure. I do it. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Oh,
Appreciate you, though, brother. Really, though, man.
thank you.
Definitely.
Excuse me, Dr. West.
Sure.
All right, that was pretty cool. And I will also say one of the very, very interesting, fascinating things about this particular visit, I actually met him years prior. There's no way he would remember me. He knows my brother really well, well enough, I guess. I remember I was at this dinner with Bell Hooks. Is it Michelle Wallace? I forget if that's who the other sister was. I remember they were very flirtatious. But yeah, it was fun doing that, and I had to draw him very quickly. I don't know if I could have done him justice any faster, because I literally had like y'all. So I had like less than 2 minutes to get his drawing down, and that's one of the things I've gotten pretty good at, is getting the sketches really fast. They look really, really sketchy. It's not like Devin Rodriguez, who has it look like he has time to do like full on oil paintings. I can't do that. I can, but no, I can't do that. So that's what that is. But it was pretty cool to see and to do that. And again, Emojicon was really great. I made a bunch of faces. These are all the folks here. This is Reginald here. This is Brittany here. This is Demetrius. Of course, that's me with the bald head, I think. TJ Sterling, and of course here. Oh, I'm sorry, I forget. Gwendolyn here, Brittany here. Yes. So these guys, they were awesome, and we had a really, really amazing panel. It was great. So these were two kids. This kid here, he owns a moving company. Can you believe that? And this young lady here, Naomi, who's a fantastic artist. These are the portraits I did of them here. I have ample opportunity to make a ton of different faces here. You can see here is some of the graphics. Come on. If you uncomfortable, cover your face, but get in there anyway. Come on. Put something up there. Come on. Right here. There we go. Right here. Everybody, hey, this side here needs to come in. Come in. This side here needs to come in. This side here needs to come in. Let's go. Come on, get in there. Whoa. Right, there we go. All right, now, we got. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun to have that event, to do the things. And Dr. T. Ford of Emojicon, who actually popularized hip-hop in the academic sector in California. And she was the last person to buy a copy of the Graphic History of Hip Hop from me. If I had known who she was directly, I would have just given her a copy, but she insisted that she buy it, and that was very cool. So we sold out. Didn't have a ton of copies, but we got through it, and hopefully myself and Walter will be back there with Emojicon in some capacity in the future. And again, I hope that I have the opportunity to do it in the future because they were so awesome. All right, my name is Tim Fielder. This is Live Drawing with Tim Fielder. I am Tim Fielder. I draw, I talk, I bore, I entertain, all those different things that I do. And very, very happy to be here for a return finally to New York City, doing my thing. Let me just check one thing out here before we're gonna go straight ahead. Are we alive on straight ahead? We are live on with straight ahead, but that's weird. I don't know if that's gonna fall or anything. Hold on, let's see. Well, oh, that's what happened. All right, one of the things that's happening is that I have my screen. That's so weird that that's off like that, but well, it should be like this. I ain't gonna worry about that for right now. So, but yeah, guys, it's been a ride. It's been a ride. Now, today I'm gonna be working because I'm a little bit behind on posting high jump, but that's okay. I'll get a little bit stuff done today and post some stuff after I finish. But before I do that, I do want to get around to finishing up this guy's stuff here. This is hold on, let's see if I can get him here. Let's go here. Yes, Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. David Crownson's Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. That was a lot of fun to do. And what I want to do here is finish up this cover that I had promised this man about 8 years ago. And I'm finally getting to it here. You guys can see it here. Basically, I'm from the Mississippi Delta, so a lot of people may look at that. Who is this vampire with this hat? They have this theme called the Old Man in the South. And you look at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is the mascot. In Delta State, all their mascots are the Old Man of the South. And the Old Man in the South is a plantation owner. That's what he is. So David's story of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer features obviously a fictionalized version of Harriet Tubman, who, as far as I know, did not carry a katana and go around killing vampires. But what he's doing is doing a kind of a revisionist take of that antebellum period, something similar to what I'm doing with High John Conqueror, only my stuff is much more science fiction. I'm not focused on horror so much. And to be frank with you guys, I don't do horror because I'm a scaredy cat. But I do like to do drawings of dope characters and ideas like this right here. You can see here, I had to do her face. At first I had her looking like Tiana Taylor, which was interesting. But I felt like, okay, maybe that was a bit too much. Just move this over here so we can get a little bit. Let's zoom in here. So you can see the Old Man in the South's face here. And the idea, I'll just show you here. Let's put a little bit of this cover here. Can we, hold on, let's turn this off right quick. Let's see if we can move this up here. So this was the sketch for it, right? Now what I need now, let's see if I can, I don't know exactly how they're going to do this, how he's going to use it. But the idea was it would basically be this kind of cutout windowsill painting thing, showing the night sky outside. And then Harriet Tubman, you know, serving, because that's what, you know, slave people used to do. They would serve their owners. In this case here, Harriet is serving the Old Man in the South, the master, a goblet of blood. And while doing that, she pops her katana through the back of his chest, through his heart, thusly killing him. So that's the idea. Again, it's all Afrofuturist type stuff. I want to do something that's more cartoony this time. I don't know if her head's too big or too small. I think it's okay, though. That might work. So what I'm doing here, so she's pouring the goblet of the jug or the pitcher full of blood into the guy's demonic hands, and then so that's kind of what that is. It's always a lot of fun to do this. However, one of the things I do need to do is just to get a little reference here for Harriet Tubman. Let's see here. Let's see if we can go here. Let's move this over. Right, so we can keep this to the side, sort of like that, right? And then we're going to go here. We're going to pull down. Yeah, here we go. Guys, I got to say, it is so nice to be back home. It is really, truly nice to be back home. Nice to be back and to be doing my thing in studio. I got a lot of work done in studio, and that's pretty good. The way I'm working this here, I think what I'm going to do, one of the things I did do, in fact, was I actually colored this image here, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to go to Photoshop here. All right, so this is Photoshop. So basically what I did, now I'm going to do this over again so you guys can see it. So we're going to take this over here. We're going to go here. So I just duplicated this black frame. Now, there's a plugin called BPelt that came out years ago. It's not straight AI, but it's an automated function, which I guess sort of is AI. And what it does is it allows you to automatically color flat your images. So in this particular case here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take on this one so you can see how it gets a little bit darker there. That's okay. So I'm going to go here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to, let me turn this off here. Turn that off there. And we're going to go on this particular layer here. You can see that's a transparent layer underneath. And I'm going to go to Filter, Pelt Made. First one I'm going to go to is Multi-Fill. Oh, nope. Sorry. We're going to go to Image. We're going to go to Adjustments. Then we're going to go to Threshold. So you see how I'm adjusting that threshold. What that threshold does, it removes the anti-alias black that makes drawing smooth, right? In this particular case here, I want to make sure that it's as full as possible so that I can add in colors. You see how as I move into this, it becomes like much more pixelated, or it removes the pixels. I don't know, I always get confused how I do that. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because what it's going to do is to make the color fill in all of the different aspects of things. In fact, I think that's pretty dadgum good there. We're going to go, well, what if I drop it down just a little bit? Just a little bit. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think right about there is good. Okay, so we're going to go okay. All right, so we got that. So now this is a kind of a stripped down version of that black and white drawing I did, right? All right, the next thing I'm going to do, now I'm going to go to Filter. I'm going to go to Pelt Made. You can go to, I'll try to see if I can find the URL for that. But I'm going to go to Multi-Fill. You're going to go, okay. So you see how it automatically fills? This is something that you would have to pay a flatter to do. But this particular utility automates the flatting process. But once you do that, of course, those colors are filled in. But watch what happens now. When I take it to Filter, so the first one I did was Multi-Fill. Now I want to do Flatten Pro. You're going to go, I'm setting this at 258, but it could be at other things here. See? So what it has effectively done is color flatted all of the different regions. See? Color flatted all of the different regions. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this. I'm going to move this up here. Whoops. Go cancel. This is set up to multiply. So you can see here, that black and white line is on top of that color. So here's the background of Harriet Tubman oftentimes is white. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here to my color flash. I'm going to select here. So I'm going to select here. Let's see here. That looks pretty good. I think the lines, see how the lines are holding here? Oh, we have a little bit of stuff popping out here. This is why it's good to be able to go through this. All right, let's see if I can. I don't know if this is going to work because my mouse has been acting really weird lately. Because I foolishly downloaded the newest Wacom drivers just before I got on here, and what can I say? It did some weird stuff. But we're gonna go here. Okay. Whoa, wrong one. We're gonna go here. Is that the right one? Wrong one? Yes. So we got that. That's pretty good. I think we're gonna select here as well, because what we want to do is be able to capture all those different elements here. See? Whoa. Did it again. Sorry about that, guys. Now, I'm doing this with my mouse. I would not recommend you do this with my mouse, but as my pen is acting a fool tonight, we're going to do it like this. We're going to go here. There we go. That looks pretty good there. That looks pretty good there. I think I need to go in here a little bit. Okay, good. All right, we're going around here getting his claws. Oh, what happened there? I keep doing it. Brain fart, guys. Brain fart today. I got that one there. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because as I begin to color this, I kind of want the base colors of the character to be pretty much in place. That's pretty good there. I think we'll go here as well. Might as well just do it like that. Ah, look at that. Look at that off in there. See the claws on his feet? Want to be able to do that. That went in pretty good there. This went in pretty good there. Oh, we could probably need to catch this part here. There we go. All right, now look here on the outside. See that claw, how that color there? Now, the good thing is, because I'm doing this, what this is doing is allowing me to capture these areas here that will allow me to, as I delete, oh man, doggone, I can't believe I keep doing that. Allows me to be able to capture these open areas here. Whoops. There we go. Ah, doggone it. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. All right, and do that there. Coolio. All right, I like that. That's good. Go around here. All right, that's good. And then we want to do the part here as well. Okay, I think that is good. So now we have all the areas here. I'm now going to hit delete. So that white background is gone now. So now what we want to do is delete in the areas below this. And here's where we will go through. And we will click here because we want to delete behind this kind of demonic sort of rocking chair, which is a motif from the Deep South that we could use. I said, hey, I'm going to have him in like, with the cross legs, living a life of leisure, sucking people dry. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have it set up so that it's all of the visual characteristics you would see that would be visible here. This is kind of like what I'm doing. Now, see that skirt goes right off of there? I need to delete part of this. Not delete it, kind of deselect it. So watch this. See? That's pretty good. All right, so that goes. Now, I'm going to hit delete. All right, that's good. All right, so we're good there. I think we're good in these areas here. All right, we need to go right off in here and delete. Delete. Oh, right off in here. See that part of her shirt? That needs to be deselected as well. So we're going to go here, on here. While I'm working, I received some notices that the Lucas Museum of the Narrative Image, and I mentioned that because I had the privilege to have drawn George Lucas while he gave his speech earlier this summer in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. And I thought, wow, this is pretty incredible that, of course, I'll probably never meet the man in person. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe one day I will meet him. You never know. But one of the things I thought would be cool to do is to draw him. And I was grateful to be able to do that. And from having drawn Cornel West, obviously, it reminded me of how blessed I am to be able to do this sort of stuff, to be able to literally go around and draw people, which is pretty daggum good. All right, these right here are going to be little droplets of blood, because see, my man's getting shafted there. All right, we're going to hit delete. Okay, that's good. See, that's good. Now we can do this here. Let's see, we're going to go select here. All right, that's good, but we need to deselect that part of the wine glass right there. Yep. So, okay, that's good. That's good. So I like that, the way that looks there. That looks good. I think we're good here. I would say we are pretty much done. Oh, whoa. Almost screwed up again here. I need to delete this part right there, that blue part. Actually, not all the blue part, but most of the blue. Most of the blue part. Gonna go here. Whoops. Keep that out there a little bit. There we go. So now we can hit delete. Okay, good. All right, look through one more time. I think we are good and golden, even though right here, look at that right there. That's it, that right there. That right there needs to be colored, because we need that blue part here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my paint bucket. This is Photoshop I'm using here, guys. Paint bucket. Bam, 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 bam. Whoa, it's a little bit dark there. Let's go it again. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, there we go. So we got that there. I think we are largely done. Now, let's go here and start to flatten this. We're going to flatten this, but we will do it by determining. Harriet tends to have a kind of a white shirt with gray pants. Here I wanted the kind of the big dress that people of that era used to wear. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a gray. Take a gray here. Right there is pretty good. I think that gray there is good. Going to hit X. And here we're going to see a little off-white. Right there. We don't want it to be pure white. We want it to be a sort of off-white. Right there. That's good. All right. Now, we're going to go through here and we're going to start to fill that in. See how these white areas here? And the reason why that's filling in so good is because, again, it's only the colors there that are selected. It's a very, very cool sort of device that happens there. Let's see here. We got this here. And I took a few liberties with it. You know, obviously I put her in a dress. She has a more decorative shirt on. One of her hands has a glove where the other does not. These are just things that I thought that would be pretty cool to do. All right, let's see here. So we're in the white area here. So now, well, let's see. Let's toggle here and let's see where we can fill in these grays. Yes. Is that a little bit too dark there? Let's go here. Let's click here one more time. Here, what we're going to do here, we're going to make that a little bit lighter right there. Let's try it again. Yes, that looks good. Didn't want it to be too dark here. So we're going to go here. Here. Now, although this stuff looks very confusing as I'm coloring, and the reason why it looks confusing is because there's all the line artwork. But in fact, what I'm doing is coloring around this stuff. See how simple that looks there? So I'm going to zoom in here. And we're going to just go stretch this out here so we can see more of this. I mean, there are times where I think to myself, you know, maybe I just need to do a book like this, just where it's just a sort of thing, sort of flat color, which I might do. I consider doing high John that way, but what's the fun in it? Then go here, then go here. Let's see, I think, what is that? And then go here. I'm gonna go here. Okay, so these grays here are working just fine. I'm going to hit the gray there. All right, I think, oh, gray here. Put a gray there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we are largely have her under her dress done. Now we want to select this. Here's what we're doing. We're just coloring her white shirt. So you see how this thing tends to come along fairly quickly, again, because it's not adhering to the colors beyond her shirt. See, white. See how that's fitting there? All right, that's pretty good. Now, this right here, that area there is going to be a little weird. I feel like I need to draw the edge of her shirt there, because, you know, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I might come back to it. We'll see. For right now, we'll leave that blank the way it is. All right. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go here. We're going to say, "Old Man of the South." Old Man of the South. And this is a stereotypical view of the Old Man of the South. We're going to go to images. So you have the this type of thing happening. We're going to go plantation owner. All right, this looks pretty good here. I think what I'm going to have him in a dark, should I have him in a dark gray suit? Oh, no. Oh, that looks interesting. I kind of like that there, that kind of blue and light kind of, yeah, that might work. Oh, no. Watch this. What's his name? Gone from the Wind. Gone with the Wind. Sorry, what I'm talking about. Going to Clark Gable. Frankly, I don't give a damn, right? So there we go. Ah, yes, Rhett Butler, whatever his name is. Ah, that's kind of cool, but we need a different color. Yeah, right there looks good. Kind of a dark blue gray type thing. Yeah, that'll be hot. So now, since we pretty much finished coloring this part of her clothes, I think we're going to do is take about right there. That looks good. Yeah. Because we want something that's going to stand out. Whoa, a little bit. Well, that's actually pretty good. That looks pretty good. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Wow. That is crazy. It's amazing when it falls into place like that. All right, now here's the thing. I have this here. Now I can just select right around there. Yep. And do that. So I've kind of masked off this easy quick mask. Now I can just do this. See how that fits in? Pretty good. All right, so that looks pretty cool. We'll click here. We'll click here on his pants and stuff. Yep. Yup. Oh, no. We got to do it again. Let's hit L for lasso. There we go. Now we shall click here again. There we go. And then click here. There we go. We'll click here. There we go. So what I'm doing here is basically coloring his pants. Ah, yes. That is not so bad. I think we will be all right there as well. Let's see here. I think here we need to, we'll get the gray a little bit later, but right now I want that happening. This is good. Now his vest will be, what will his vest be? Oh, no. All right. Whoops. I'm going to click here. So what we've got to do is we've got to select. So how we're going to select? I think what we're going to do is we're going to select off in here. There we go. There we go right there. All right. Now we will go here again, because I want to get his stuff ready. Let's just one more time. But what I'm going to do is deselect this right here, because I want to have that part of the dress still visible. Okay, now let's try it. There we go. See? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad, man. Not bad. Not bad, man. Not bad. Okay, we got that there. The suit is mostly good, but we want this white shirt. And this right here, I will make just not pure white, but kind of a slightly off white. There, we're going to take this. We're going to take that. Yep. We're going to take this. And I think I'm going to leave this right here, because that is kind of his tie being butchered. We'll get that, and I even got to do the other side there, but I can make that work. Let's say here we got a blue I'm going to go through here, colors again. Let's go with these colors again. Could have made it a purple, but I think I like the white. I think the white should be there. And that should be a red, in fact. That should be a red, like a burgundy. Well, no. It should be not burgundy because we don't want it to conflict with the blood coming out of his chest. I think perhaps what we need, let's see here, how are we going to do this? We can make it, what color would we make this? And by the way, I have to say, I'm sitting here saying that I'm sitting here working and I have not looked in. Hello, Kim Bennikin, how you doing? Power Smiths, how you guys doing? LinkedIn, hello guys. How's it going? That's cool. See you there. YouTube, going well. YouTube here going well. TikTok, they put me on a thing, but hey, what can I say? It is what it is. I don't bother with them. I will try to get on tonight, but right now it's not looking good. All right, so we're gonna go here. All right, I think we're good here. We're still live. Okay, so we're live. Let's go. Let's see if we can add this here. I don't know if I'm. Let's go Facebook. We're going to go to our desktop here. Let's go to our desktop. I might come back to this after a while. It gets a little tedious doing this. It gets a little tedious doing this, but we're going to see how that works. Let's see. Let's go to our desktop here. You guys will see in just a moment. Momente. We need to go to our feed. Here we go. I know you guys wonder what in the world is he talking about. Oh no, there it is. So it's thank God when you put that on there. That's good. We're gonna. Oh no, that is not good. We're gonna go right here one more time. Yep. We need to do the edit post, and we're going to go at with Tim Fielder. All right, and we're going to go right here. We're going to delete this part. There we go, and then we're going to say next, and then we're going to save that. So now that should be on the I'm going to really be going through a lot of stuff here in the coming weeks so that I can be more effective at building my audience with this type of stuff. But I'm kind of liking it right now. It still has that cartoony thing, but then I'm going to do my normal thing with the rendering and everything. So we'll go here. We're going to go here. We're going to copy a link. And now we're going to go to Tim Fielder. We're going to see if this shows up. Only desktop. It does not show up on the desktop. That's okay. Now we're going to do Command V. All right. Here we go. We'll post it. So we are now live on the Tim Fielder site. Maybe I could try a little bit on TikTok. TikTok is interesting, but I need to get my locate my live stream here. Okay. Now I'm trying to see where in the world to get the live stream. I have the URLs and the stream key. I have no idea where to get that stuff. So we will go here. I had a live recording. Let's see, what do we got here? We got language. Here we got analytics. We have, what is that? That is Live Center. We got monetization, which I'm nowhere close to being monetized. We have here, what is that? That is, nope. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go here. What is going there? That is, oh yeah, that's last week when I tried to do that. This, like I say, it is TikTok is an interesting thing as I try to work here. Oh, I'm going to turn that off. Let's see, what can I do? We got this here, diamonds. Yeah, I have no idea what to do with regarding the keys and all that type of stuff. I have no idea. I'm completely lost, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to this thing. But let's go here. Let's go here. Profile. Nope. Let's see here. So I got that. I have no idea where to locate my stream key. So I'm not going to worry about it. Let's keep going here. As a matter of fact, all right. Seeing my second oldest brother work. I won't go into what he does, but he's doing some pretty amazing stuff lately. It's kind of soberingly amazing for the industry, I think. I'm gonna go here. Whoops, not what I want. You know what I'm gonna do? I suddenly realized I'm gonna keep that orange. Yep, because why not? Whoops. Again, it is so difficult to do this when you're trying to do this with a mouse. You really should do it with a. You should do this with a stylus. But hey, whatever the case, whatever the hell. All right, so let's go here. I think his white shirt would be okay. Let's go here and get her color right. So we're gonna make her brown. Right there, kind of dark, since she was a dark woman. Yep, that looks pretty good. Let's make it a little bit lighter brown, just a little bit more, not lighter brown, more brownish. There we go, that's good. All right, I like that. Let's go here, here, and here. Okay, there we go. Pop right there. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. All right, I'm gonna color her top lip. I can get that done a little bit differently. Now, although this colored her eye, I can color all that a little bit differently later. All right, let's go here. Okay, nope, that's not what we want. We don't want that one. All right, I think we can live with that. I'm gonna go over here, brown. Whoops. Let's go to lasso. Go to lasso, baby. Gonna go right there. We're gonna hit that with a little brown. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. I like that. I like that a lot. Now let's go here. We're gonna go here. Now I'm just gonna color in a little bit of that white there. See that white? We want that to be separate. This part here is the one thing I don't know if I should make. Well, hold on one second. I think what I'm gonna do here, because why not? Why not? Is I'm going to deselect this part here. Yep. And then I'm going to add this part here with, whoops, try it again. There we go. So we're good there. Now we hit delete. See? So that's, so all right, I can live with that. Her arm is a little bit long, but that's okay. It's like Michael Golden. All this stuff is out of proportion. Anyway, so, all right, so we got that. I think we're going to go right off in here. There we go. Let's zoom in here a little bit more. So you see what I'm doing, literally kind of deselecting some of these parts here. There we go here. All right there, so we got there, here. Now we want to add to here. Okay. There we go. Now, see? Okay, good. This is good. This is good. Let's take this white shirt here again. White shirt material. Go here. Pop that there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pop it right there. That's pretty good. This part here is going to be a little interesting. So we had a kind of a white vest. I think a white vest with Should we make that gold or what? I don't know how I'm feeling about that just at the moment. At the momente, man. At the momente, I don't know. But what I will do is this. I will take this thingy here. I'm just go right there. There we go. Okay, I like that. Now, watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to make this part here, I think. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to make this a little gold. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm going to take this here. Because he has kind of an ascot thing. Ascot is, I didn't know what an ascot was years ago. But my friend Tyre, happy birthday, Tyre. I don't know you. You're probably not listening, but yeah. All right. Let's see, we can go here. I'm gonna go here. We're going to click here. Whoops. Right there. So this is gonna be a gold ascot. Yes. So that gold ascot is there. Now I can go here and add in the white. See what's happening? So that's not bad. Oops. That's okay. We can color some of this stuff in a little bit later. So we're going to do here. We're going to go here with a little gold here. Whoops. Doggone it. Doggone it. So we need to now select off in here. There we go. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy's skin color. I want to make him a pretty pale white dude here. Yeah, kind of like a little grayish kind of pale dude. Yes. Not bad. So here. There we go. Here. Here. Oops. That's supposed to be gray off in there. So let me watch what I'm going to do here, guys. I'm going to select here in there. Watch what I can do here. So I can do that. Then if I go back here, I can add in that gray. Watch what I mean here. And here what I'm doing is I'm actually using the line artwork to do that with. So I go here. Oops. Right there. See how that gray is sitting up underneath there? I can take a little bit farther. Okay, not bad. Now I can go here and I can add in that little, there we go. See? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so this is coming along. It's going to take me a little while to get all the color flats. I think I want to break away from this for a while. It is now 5:25 Eastern Standard Time. I've been going now for about 48 minutes. I'm going to shut it down probably about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see. Let's check my email here right quick. So much stuff going on. My wife, Melanie Maria Gaudreau, launched her play, The Popes of Farragut Street, last week. Come and check out the second week, starting back up tomorrow. This play goes on, I believe, to November 23rd. I was out of town, so I got to make sure I go at least once this coming weekend, probably twice. Check it out. I won't be doing what I'm doing, seeing the wife do her thing. She's a lot, but she is incredibly talented. So I like to support as much and as diligently as I can. Okay, so we got that there. So this is coming along there. So we're going to say there's a pale-faced guy, vampire dude. I'm going to zoom in. Whoops. Oh, I see what's happening here. And cancel that. We're going to go here. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit more. Because every time I say, hey, well, I'll break away for a little bit, then I don't break away. But what we're going to do here is this. This is what we are doing. We are coloring in. And I'll go through this right here, and I'll make his other stuff sort of fit. So that kind of works there, right? Because this is an old man of the South. Some of the stuff is his chair, which will be sitting there. And we'll be able to get that right now. I just got to figure out what color I want his hair. But we're okay for right now. So that's not, oops. Actually, you know what? That's fine. We'll just color that in. I'll make those white, blood white after a point. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. I'm going to put a window in the background here, and that should be fun to do. And I think we'll be good. Now, again, I'm having issues with my Wacom tablet. I think the mapping on this sucker is giving me some major league issues today. But that's okay. That's okay. But everyone can see what's happening. You can kind of like see what's happening here. Let me go check my streaming here, live stream. Authentic. Hey, how you doing there? Good to see you. Cloneser. Hello. Soul Feather. The Collective. Hello. How you guys doing? Thank you for popping through, if only for a millisecond. I appreciate it whenever you all do that kind of thing. It's always very, very cool to see folks pop in. All right, we're going to go back to Diesel Funk. Going to go back to Diesel Funk. Okay, here we go. All right, we're good there. YouTube, still going strong. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer is what I'm coloring. David Crownson's Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. I have to say the internet service here has been pretty good. Kick! What's happening with Kick here? Oh, okay. Should go to the channel. Kick is going strong. No one has sent me any porn prompts, which is nice of them to do that today. Okay, we are still going well on Twitch. Twitter, I'll get on Twitter, but let me just get through a few jobs I got to finish up. Let's see. Blue Sky, I hadn't figured out how to stream to them yet. Also, something I think would be very cool for you guys to see. This was the work I had done. Last week, I had the honor presenting to my old college professor, Paul Karasik, and one of my good friends, Joel Christian Gill. And I showed them how they asked me to come in to showcase how I utilize AI for my work. Now, look, I'll be honest. AI is a scary thing for a lot of people. And I understand why, because AI stands to threaten a lot of jobs. That is a fact. And what we have to do is we have to be honest with ourselves about why that's happening. Why are we having jobs threatened like this? What in the world is going on to put us in a situation where we are literally, how should I say? We are literally doing work that could put us out of work. We're doing development that could put us out of work. However, here is my theory on that. First of all, let me begin by saying that the images, the words, the video, everything. There's some people like, oh, they stole all my work to feed their LLMs. They stole everybody's work. Good, bad, indifferent, bad selfies. They took porn. They took everything. People, I even heard, there's this thing that said they didn't take porn. Of course they took the porn. How else are you going to have realistic anatomy in LLMs if you don't have consistent video reference, moving reference for what the human body looks like? If anything, one could be said that short of the 15 fingers on each hand, AI pretty much excels at doing human figures. What it doesn't excel at, well, it excels at a lot. Let's just be honest about that. But what it doesn't excel at so much is it's still trying to work out the motion part. But this is, guys, AI really hit and turned that corner in 2022. This is 2025, so it's been 3 years, pretty much. This time next year, I think a lot of the things that we are, but man, well, that's not good. I think it's going to be there. Now, what is it? The full-on intelligence, AGI, is that what they call it? AGI? If it takes 5 years, 10 years, that's not what I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with using AI as a tool. I use AI as a tool. I use it just like I use Photoshop. I use it just as like I use game engine technology. Would it be? Well, I don't use Unity, but I use Unreal. I use it just like I utilize Clip Studio Paint, just like I utilize After Effects. All of those programs have some element of AI in them, and it's been going on. Now, no question, the LLMs are that based software is a completely different animal in the sense that it's much more extreme. But let me be very, very clear. And I've said it again, and I'll say it every day. People, I was asking people, how many people have cars? Everybody in the classroom raise their hands. Like, cars pollute. They've been polluting since they've been created. How many people are willing to give up their car? One guy out of a class of 40 students said he would, but he realized that he couldn't because he needed the car. Right? That's what this is. I didn't say it's fair. I didn't say it's right. I didn't say it's ethical. I said that's what it is. This is not going anywhere. This is going to be here. And right now, wishing that it will go away, that's not gonna work. Wishing that it will go away is not gonna work. Now, working to regulate it, I'm all for that. It should be regulated. People should get money for this. Now, let's be honest. There are some people who can get more money. If you're going to talk about, well, look, they took all of my work. Yeah, but that's based on not just the amount of work. There are plenty of people who are, quote unquote, not the greatest artists in the world, but their work was stolen at a higher number than someone who would be considered a great artist. Whatever the hell that means. So how do you determine how pay is allotted out? This is my theory. Allow anyone who is an artist who can demonstrate that their work was stolen, allow them, for every piece of work stolen, give them an entire year of tax-free existence. They don't have to pay taxes for that year. What do you think? So if you had 10 pieces stolen, right, you don't pay taxes for 10 years. If you have 50 pieces stolen for your business, you don't have to pay taxes. Why? Because someone is profiting off of that. Now, that might sound crazy, but you know what? I think a lot of people go for that. I mean, if I don't have to pay taxes, then, maybe that's something to consider. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's something to consider. Anyway, so I use AI. I use it because it is something that allows me to get my work done. I use it on Hydron Conqueror. I will be using parts of it on Maddie's Rocket, particularly as I move into the next one. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing thing to show. Now, I'm going to go here to Clip Studio Paint here. So you guys see that. I'm just taking a break from Harriet Tubman right now. I'll finish this sometime this week. There's no rush to get this done, but I felt like 8 years is long enough for this guy to be waiting. There are other people who have had waiting almost as long. All right, so we're going to go here. Now we're going to go with, this is all the stuff I drew at EmojiCon. Yeah, this is fun to do. This is when I started on Harriet Tubman. I was going to do that kind of backdrop, but then that didn't work so well. All right, so this is Hi John here. And I think I need to get to this one right here. By the way, so you guys can see it. See, that's actually 2 pages of comics. So as I'm doing this chromatic, I'm actually in fact doing the comic itself. So this has to be colored, that has to be colored. This is about 3 days worth of work. This is another 2 days, I suppose. And we'll be ready to rock and roll. So yeah, about 2 days. Is that? Yeah, about 2 days. 2-3 days. We'll see. Anyway, let's go here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. So we're going to, this is our thingy here. Okay, that's the one sword there. Other sword there. All right, this sword here. We need to get this guy here. We need to make it a little bit more in sync. Again, part of what I do when I'm doing this type of work is I show the way the sausage is made. That's just what it is. It doesn't make it nice, but it makes it what it is. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to go here because I think that sword there kind of works. I'm going to go here and I'm going to just move that down just right about there. Yep, there we go. There we go. All right, good. Now, I'm going to take both of these together here. There we go. Here. I'm going to merge these two together. Right, so I feel good about that. But what I've got to do here is take away a little bit of this stuff here. So we can go right there. Again, not the greatest thing. That's what happens when you're working with a mouse. I'm going to go here. Boom. There we go. All right, we're going to go here. Boom. There we go. Bam. Great. So we have these swords here. Now I'm going to take this. Whoops. Hold on. Let me do this. There. Come here. And we're going to go here. Get rid of that. Move that up just a little bit. Bam. Got rid of that. Go down a little bit. Bam. Got rid of that. Now. So this is good. We have that pretty good, but one of the things I will have to do though, because that's a little bit too close to that border. Watch what we're gonna do here, guys. Command T. I'm gonna do it right there. Yep, that's pretty good there. I like that. That's nice. All right, so we got that. Now we need to go through these two guys here, and I'll show you what's gonna happen here in just a moment. All right, click over that. We're gonna merge those selected layers. Okay, that's good. Now, we're going to go here. All right, now as you can see here, part of what he's doing, he's holding that sword there. We need to just delete these elements. I'm going to go right there. There we go. Then we're going to go up here. All right, so as you can see here, he's actually holding the sword. It's not cutting through his arm, which was the objective, not to have that cut through his arm. So we can go here, bam, boom. I think we'll take I think we'll do this. That might work. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work fine enough. That'll be good enough for now. I mean, I know it's a little weird, but don't worry, we'll work that out. All right. So that's good. I have to still draw on this right here, but we're going to do this here. This will last about the next 3 days. Again, today, tomorrow, day after. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save, export this full-on JPEG here. We're going to say seconds left to live. That will be pages, is that pages 7 and 8? 7 and through 8. I'm going to say ink. Okay, so we got that. We don't want that to go to seconds left to live. We want that to go to the Hi-John Conqueror folder. It's going to here, Command C. Actually, we're going to call that 7 because that's page 8 to the right there. I'm going to go here, save. All right, now here we go. Let's go to VizCom. VizCom. Now, VizCom released an update today. that I got a notice for. I don't know exactly what it does, but we're going to say, oh, they asked me to log in. Okay, cool. November 12th. That's today. This is the day. So they say it's faster, which is totally and completely awesome. We're going to create a new file. We're going to go right here. Whoops. And it always does it. That's update. That's update. Is it updated? Looks like it's updating. Let's upload an image. Hold on. Let's not do that. We're going to go here to Bridge. And we're going to go to Hi John Conqueror. I enjoy doing Hi John Conqueror. I got to say, it's been a real pleasure to do this. A lot of times the artwork is done. I have artwork done from weeks from now. But when I decided to add this particular part of the story, really sort of added additional work. And I'm fine. I'm totally fine with doing it. You know, I don't care. You know, most important thing for me is to make sure that, hang on one second. Oh, it probably helped to save that. What do you think? It probably helped to save it. All right, now we'll go here. By the way, I'm working in Bridge here. This is Bridge. Search. All right. Bam. Here. Now we're going to go right there. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to see. There we go. All right, so watch what I'm going to do now, guys. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go right, let's say I'm going to go right, I'm going to go to this one here, right? So that's it. So we don't really need this, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a save as or export. Watch what I'm going to do. And this one I'm going to export as an 8. And I still have to finish the images for that. But that's okay because that'll actually be saved. So this is 7. The other one, 8, is saved in the correct folder here. Move this over so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right. So I got that. So this is 7 saved, right? Well, that's 8 saved there. This is 7. So what I'm going to do now, if I can here, we need to crop this. Where's the crop tool? I generally do this in Photoshop, but we're gonna canvas properties with, oh, there's crop. I see. Hey, I knew this, man. I know what I'm doing sometimes. We're gonna go right here to the middle. I'm gonna do that by eye. Great. Now what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna say crop. You know, so much easier than Photoshop when it comes to this type of thing. So that's crop. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm now going to save this. And that's saved. There. It's going to replace that. So now, that's good. I'm good with that. Right? I don't need to worry about that anymore. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to Bridge. Bridge. I'm going to drag and drop this guy right there. Boom. Got it. Oh, interesting. This is a new thing. What is this? This is new. Refresh suggestions. Shuffle suggestions. Interesting. These are new things. Huh. Okay. Interesting. These are new tools that literally I just loaded into the software right now as I'm speaking. Aha. Let's see. Let's go here to, let's go back and check and see where my streaming. True to Art Tuck. Hi. LinkedIn is going good. Thank you. Facebook still going good. All right. Fantastic. YouTube going good. Again, I'm demonstrating how I work. I use artificial intelligence to help me color my work, specifically the really complex rendering, and I'll show you a little bit more of that as we get on here, but whoops, let's go here. Now we're going to describe the canvas. So when I hit that button there, it's probably going to enter in a text prompt. So again, the first prompt is my drawing. Because I don't want it to just come up with stuff. I want it to, if it's going to add anything, it's going to add stuff based upon my direction. Okay. Nope, I don't like that. I do not like that. We're going to go here. All right, let's go here. Let's see. This is interesting here. We're going to go. What is that? Shuffle suggestion. This is new here. Saying modify. I wonder what the objective was for this. Meaning that I kind of like the automatic. I kind of like the automatic. Oh, new view. Oh my God, what is that? That's interesting. Okay, we ain't gonna worry about that for now. What are we creating? We're gonna say image sequence of African, gotta do it, you know, because African American man below a tree which has another African American man hanging. I know, that's pretty gruesome. Image sequence of African American man standing below a tree. You're going to say underneath. Standing underneath a tree with dead bodies wearing white robes. The tree has another African American hanging from a noose. A rope noose. All right, not the nicest stuff in the world, but that's what Afrofuturism is. You're dealing with not so nice stuff. Okay. We're going to say dusk time. We're going to say dusk. I'm going to say 7 p.m. Moody and atmospheric. Photorealistic. Because again, I do not use another person's name when writing the written portion of my prompts, because I have no interest in my work looking like someone else. I want it to look like Tim's work, right? Photorealistic, and then cinematic. Cinematic might not make much of a difference, but that's what I do. Okay, here we go. All right, switch between standard and turbo animations depending on your project. I'm going to say got it. Okay, let's see what happens here. It's supposed to move faster. Let's see what happens, guys. Oh. See, now this is the other interesting thing. Oftentimes when I use this, what happens is I will use this, how should I say? Oftentimes I will use this, and but I'd use it one panel at a time. That's what I would do. I'll use one panel at a time. But there's sometimes I'll just do the entire page, because I'll find if I do, say, in this particular 4 generations, what will happen is that those 4 generations, each generation of the 4 generations may have one panel that works, or an aspect of the panel that will work. And you can see here still rendering. I use AI as a tool. I'm going to continue to use this. Hey, how you doing? Hey, man. Let me make sure I had somebody. This is the other thing. I got to do better at keeping track of my of my of when people are talking to me. I'm not doing it as well as I should. But anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, what's going on here? Wow, what happened there? Wow, let's see what happens. So we're gonna go here. Oh my God, look at that. But as you can see here, it took too many liberties. Even though that is quite fascinating. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. But it took too many liberties. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. That's not good. See? Too many liberties. No. 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 I mean, interesting. I can see someone who has difficulty drawing deciding, hey, you know what, I'm going to do something with this. But no, that's no. No. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Wow. These are, we're going to say new view. We're not going to do this. We're going to get rid of those there. All right. I do not want any of that. That does not look good to me. Okay, let's go back here. Let's reset our layout. All right, wow, I don't know if I like that new stuff here, because the way they've changed this, it makes it a little bit trickier to understand what the hell's going on. But it's what I needed to do is to follow what I have selected here much more straight. Much more exactly. Let's go here. Create. Oh, we want to go to create. There we go. Now we want to go to drawing influence 100%. VizCom V2. All right, let's go to V2. V1 has been pretty good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, but let's see what V2 can do. Let's generate this. Let's see what happens. Because I did not like what I saw before. That was awful. That was something awful. That was bad. Really, really bad. Okay, we got something pretty fast here. Let's go on here. Let's go here. Let's see what we got. Oh, interesting. But kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Boy, look at that. Yeah, what is that? Wow, what in, oh, but see, that's good. Look at that. Look at that. That's good. I'm going to add that. Yes, agreed. The backgrounds, the clothing looks awful, but the skin textures on this stuff can maybe work. And the skies and the trees are not bad, so this is what I'm going to do. Watch when right now it's V2. Let's go to V1. Let's see if V1 does a better job. They just added this new renderer, which is pretty good. I like the sky, though. The sky is pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Look at that. And this right here is good. I don't mind that so much. Okay, here we go. That is faster. Oh, you see what's happened? Now, that is pretty awesome. Now, you might say, well, Tim, that looks like horrible. No, I don't want it to give me exactly what I want. I want it to get it close. I want to go in there and paint. But look at that. Look at that one. That's good. Oh, look at that one there. That is amazing. Look at that. Wow, we're going to add that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that shot. Ooh, but horrible, horrible rendering off in here. All right. This is interesting. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Watch what we're going to do here. Image sequence of one African-American man standing between a tree with dead bodies wearing white robes. Tree has another white man. All right, okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, good. 2, close up of African-American man hanging. Okay. 3, side view. I'm going to say profile view. Profile of African dash American man hanging. 4, man wearing a dark suit. Okay, that'll be 4 African overhead view, head view of African American man in the suit looking up at dark shoes. Okay. Or dark feet. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Profile of African American man falling from the tree. Dusk, 7 p.m. This is not bad. Now, let's see what happens. And right now I'm using Renderer version 1. Hello, CSM. Hello, Umoja. Hi, how you guys doing? So good to see you. You guys, let me just take that for those guys who are viewing in now. This is somebody from EmojiCon that's coming. I don't know who this is. You guys are awesome. You guys are super duper awesome. You see what I'm doing here? I want to do that for you guys next year. I want to do that for EmojiCon next year. Got it? All right, here we go. Our renderer is coming through. Hey, what's up? They responded. Hey, baby. How y'all doing? Oh, Brittany and Gwen, what's up? All right, so they made a mistake. They came on here. Now I got to sing these young ladies' praises. Ladies and gentlemen, Brittany and Gwendolyn and Brittany, basically took myself, TJ, and Demetrius. They made us look much more intelligent than we actually are. That's the first thing. And it was very emotional in a sense because it felt like arguably the most professional panel I've ever been on. Just really well handled. In fact, TJ used the word, it was well curated. Meaning that not only, because, oh Lord, they had 50 gazillion meetings for this panel, right? But really what they did was they not only curated us as participants, they curated how the questions were delivered, not only from themselves, but from the audience, and were able to make minute changes and updates as needed. So they were guiding the conversation in a way that, and can you believe it? They even gave me a chance to talk. It was awesome. It was awesome. So Brittany and Gwen, we got to do a podcast, right? I was talking with Demetrius. He was like, man, we need to do a podcast. If we got all 4 of us, what, that 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, just doing this. But I don't know. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And whenever you guys want me, if EmojiCon ever wants to do a kind of a podcast or something like that and do this type of thing, hey, I love doing it. Anyway, you guys, EmojiCon guys, check it out. I know it probably won't be in San Jose next year. I heard that it changes. That's what John was telling me. It changes location every year. But it was great. So let me ask a question to Brittany and Gwen. Have you guys recovered from EmojiCon? Let's see what they say, if they're still on here. Have you guys recovered? All right, now we're going to go here to version 2 of the VizCom render while I'm talking to them. We're going to see what it does here. Wait. So we got that one. That's pretty good. The lighting on this looks a little weird. It really does. That's not quite what I'm looking for. And it's like the old renderer gave. I had. It seemed like it. Oh, but see some of these things here. That looks great there to the bottom left. All right, let me add that. Because again, it's not like every panel has to be perfect. Just need to be good and close enough. And see here, that's really weird, but we'll get it sorted out. And I may ultimately have to have you recovered. No, I have not. I I got home, because we do, so we're gonna be macho. I could do it. I could stream. Well, first of all, there was no streaming on Monday. That was me sleeping and trying to recover after that. Actually, believe it or not, the portion of the trip from San Jose to Seattle was pretty straightforward. But then from Seattle to Detroit was actually straightforward. That would, left. I mean, I even got there 3 hours early. I was sitting here thinking I had to leave at 4:35. My flight wasn't actually till 7:35. It actually got in a little bit later. Got in at the right time, but it was supposed to leave at 7, left like 7:35. Then we flew to Detroit. No problem. Slept on the on the plane, no issues. Got to Detroit late. At 7, the flight going to LaGuardia is supposed to have left from Detroit at 7. We got there after 7. Got off the plane. That flight had been canceled. This was 7 in the morning when I got in Detroit. I did not get a flight, which I got on standby, by the way. After multiple cancellations, missing, standbys, I did not get on a flight till 8 at night. In fact, they got us on the plane at 7. We were on the plane. They made us get off the plane because the airspace around New York was kind of cluttered or something, right? Then after an hour, they had us get back on the plane. Yes. And then I finally made it into New York around, I guess it was like JFK. I got in around 10:30, 11 at night. Took the AirTran, which is the train from JFK, took that to the LIRR in Jamaica, Queens, and then got the LIRR and rode into Manhattan to Grand Central Station and took the 6 train on home. That was a lot. That was a whole lot, but it was good. It was good. We got through it. Okay. Let's see here. So anyway, yes, Brittany and Gwen, you guys are awesome. I'm so happy and proud to have done this thing with you. Were you guys happy with us? Any criticisms, critiques, things we could get better at? Let us know. Let me know at least. Let me know. Let's see here. Just doing here, right here. See, it's like sometimes this stuff is good at doing one thing here, but let's go to render 2. We'll generate one more time. Now, if this doesn't work, what we'll do is we'll have to check in later. Gwen said it was a wonderful experience. Good. And by the way, you guys do not have to check in like that. I saw you and I just want to talk to you. Thank you guys again so much, and hope I can work together with you. And I know you guys haven't recovered, so get some rest. Back at you. Take care. Gwen and Brittany are awesome. All right, let's see here. What are we going to do? This is not working, but that's okay, because we can do this. Watch this, guys. Watch what I'm going to do. Yes, we will talk soon. Let's see here. What we're going to do here is we're going to go to this one. Watch this. We're going to open this up here. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to see. Watch this, guys. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to go to image, duplicate. Did that duplicate? Yes. We need to pull that over there. We're going to call this 7B. Then we're going to go OK, right? And then we're going to duplicate again. Let's duplicate again. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry about that. Bam, boom. All right, we're going to duplicate again. There we go. Duplicate. And call that C. Okay, then we're going to duplicate this one. And call this one. So that's A. It's A, B, C. Now we want D. Oops. That would be D. Right, and then we're going to do it one more time here. We're going to go here to duplicate. And this one will be E. I think that'll be E. Yes. E. So we got that. Now, I'm going to do this. It's going to be weird. I'm going to do this. Watch this. I'm going to go to duplicate because this is one of the things I want to do. Check it out. So I'm going to go here, image, duplicate. But this one right here, I'm going to name it A. Because we got to do A. A. Okay, great. Got it. All right, so watch this, guys. So I'm going to go to A. Where's A? A is here. We're going to move that in front of B. Nope, we're going to move that behind this 7. There we go. All right, so it's A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. So that's 5 pounds. Great. Now I'm going to go to crop. Watch this. We're going to go right there. And the reason why I'm doing this, because if I do it this way, it should output at roughly the correct size, right? So I can just drop it right in. Shouldn't be that much of an issue. So we go here. Now we're going to go here. We're going to go here. So it's crop again. See? Go right there. Right here. Yep, that's pretty good. See? Then C. This time we're going to go right here. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to go right here. There we go. All right, we'll move this down here. Payal. Boom, got it. And then the last one, but not least, I'm going to go right here. And now I could choose to leave those other sides, that wide frame there. I could leave it, but you know, I don't want to do that. All right, we're going to go here. Going to hit save. That one will be on my computer here. That will be, need to save that on Hi John Conqueror. Yes. Let me move this over so you guys can see it here. So what I'm doing is I'm saving these as JPEGs because they don't need to be anything more complex than that, right? So we got that. Close that up. Whoops. Probably should output that as a high resolution image. There we go. There we go. All right, we got it. So we can close that one. Whoops. That's all right. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, we got that one. Close that one. Save. Same thing. On the computer. Hi, John Conqueror. Save. Well, we want that to be high. Maximum. There we go. Got that one. I'm going to close this one here. Save. Same thing. Save. Want that to be a high resolution. Okay. Save. Same thing on your computer. Hi, John Conqueror. Save. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because when you try, sometimes, you know, when you're using VizCom or any of these AI things, if you try to put an entire image, entire page of images, it'll do okay. Sometimes it won't. You have to play it by ear. All right, so we're going to go here. Save change to the Adobe Photoshop document. I'm going to say save. Click on the computer again. All right, make that high resolution here because we want that fidelity to hold up a little bit. So I'm actually going to close this one because we don't need to have it again. This is Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer image, which is cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this. It kind of worked. This image here kind of worked, but we will figure it out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our workspace here. And we're going to create a new file, and this time we're going to start in Studio. And we're going to upload an image here. And guess what I'm going to do this time? Because we went to Recents here. I'm going to go here, right there. All right, not bad. But, doggone it, before I do that, I'm going to go back to Workspace. I need to go here. And I need to select a copy. What we're doing is copying. Check it out. You're going to see what I'm going to do here. So it's good that I kind of got the base coloring and tone from that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go back to Workspace. Now I'm going to click right here. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. So now I'm going to leave all this stuff here. But I'm going to erase. Right there. See? So the description I had for the original is there. Now, one of the other things I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy this. I think I need to copy this here. No, we're going to do it right there. This is going to be a little weird, but work with me here. Now, you guys don't see what's happening, but what's happening is what I've done. Well, actually, I'll show you. What I've done here is I've saved all of the text prompting that I wrote for this. So we're not going to worry about it right now. But we have the same time of day. We have all those different things. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to leave out from modify. Let's see if we can go to, let's see, is that it? Oh, that one, create, because I did not want to use that. We're going to now go with version 1. We're going to see what it does. We want that to be 100%. We do not want the software to take its liberties. We want it to follow the drawing. That's what we want it to do. Want it to follow the drawing as close as humanly possible. It is now 6/14, November 12th. Can you believe it? We're already in mid-November. This year, which featured a near-death experience, a 25 to 30 pound weight loss, a Emojicon, a all-in social media push for myself. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff I've been doing, a lot of stuff I have remaining to do over the next month and a half. Just to let you guys know, one of the things I'm thinking and seriously considering doing, well, not seriously considering to do it, I intend to do it, is I want to finish up the Black Metropolis book by mid-January. So starting sometime early next week, I want to be able to get that done. All right, so these are rendering now. Let's see what you can see them right there at the bottom. See them? See those guys right there rendering in the lower thingy there? We're good. We are good. Let's check and see. Whoa, what happened now? Because I moved away from there. There we go. Okay, we're good. Let's see what happens. Interesting. Interesting. That is very interesting. That there is extraordinarily interesting. But this is using version 1, and I can't say I like the lettering. I mean, not the lettering, the lighting. This one, yeah, that looks kind of weird. No, we don't want that. That don't look good. Let's see here. Let's go to version 2. Let's generate again. I would have to say I felt like I had much more control in the earlier versions. But this is interesting. We'll see what happens. We do not want abstract. We want to follow precise. You have abstract here to the left and precise to the right. It is important that this stuff be accurate to my drawing. I have zero interest in my work following someone else's style. Why would I do that? What's the point of doing that? I don't want to do that. I want it to look like my stuff. All right, let's take a look here. Interesting. That's interesting. This is volume version 1. Oh, that's good. I kind of want to add that. I'm going to turn this off here for right now. Now, this is version 1. Let's move to version 2. Now, let's see what happens. And generate again. We're going to see if we can get something. Yeah, we don't want to edit that. Don't want to edit that. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Nope. Yes. Sort of. Yes. There we go. But what we don't want is we don't want this light thing happening here. But I'm going to add this because there's something about that tone. I said a dark gray suit. I should have said dark gray suit. Standing underneath a tree. That is cool there. That is very interesting there. That kind of sort of works. Gray suit standing underneath a tree with dead bodies. Okay, that's good. And I could sort of fill that in there. I could sort of fill that in. That's not bad. That is not bad. That is not bad. That is actually pretty cool. Once I drop this stuff in, it's actually not that bad. I can recolor some stuff because, you know, that's what I have to do anyway. Okay, so let's see. Let's go here one more time. We're going to generate one more time. This is not bad, though. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's see what it does here. This would take, to even get this level of fidelity in the drawings, would take easily 10 hours. Ah, I like that. But it's saying here, it's going with this light on the bottom there. That's interesting, though. Oh, wow. That is kind of crazy that it would. All right, let's. As much as I like this, we are not going to go with that. We're going to go here. I'm going to say image sequence. We're going to say African American man. We're not going to say image. African American man wearing a dark gray suit standing underneath a tree with dead bodies wearing white robes. Dark shadows with very little light. All right, so the reason why I'm doing this, I'm trying to eliminate this light here on the bottom there. I don't want that. That's not what I want. But like I said, we'll get there. Just tweaking it through. Again, I'm not looking for something that's abstract. I'm looking for something that looks like what I need it to look like. All right, here we go. I think it did it again, but believe it or not, that looks dope. So what I've got to do here is I've got to go through this, and I've got to, wow, that's interesting. I think the one there is this one. Yeah, I'm going to add that one. That's kind of interesting. All right, let me try one thing here, one more thing here, but this time I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. Now, watch what I'm going to do here, guys. I'm going to go here. I'm going to add a layer here. Watch what I do. And I'm going to do what? I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to make that a multiply layer. And I'm going to take the brush tool and I'm going to choose a color. I think that color will be right there. Yep. Let's click here. Let's see if we can get it right about there. Yeah, that'll be good. Right about there. Now, let's make this a little bit lighter. Let's take that point up there. Watch what I'm doing. See? So what I don't want is I don't want there to be like some bright light. All right, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take that down just a little bit more gray. Yeah, right there. See what I'm doing? How that's kind of matching a little bit. That's what we want. We want that. Yep. So this is where as I'm doing this, all I'm doing now is just taking this. Now I'm gonna take this part here. I'm gonna make him gray. Kind of grayed out. Like so, and then I'm going to just add in a kind of a slight bluish, all right, because he was wearing kind of blue jeans. All right, so that's good. That's not bad. So we're going to add this. That's actually not bad. So let's see, we can go here. I'll do this here. Well, one thing I will do, let's see if this will work. Let's go to a white here. Yeah, it doesn't really matter here, but that's because this is not bad, and I kind of like this. That kind of works. It really does kind of work. Let's go here. Let's add a little there. You'll see what I'm doing here in just a moment. All right, we're going to take that up a little bit brighter. Say right there. Okay, that's good. Yep. Shadows here. There we go. I mean, weird for sure, but let me just generate one more time here. Let's generate everything. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens, ladies and germs. Let us see what happens. Money penny. I like that, though. That's a pretty good tone. Pretty good lighting scheme there. I like the grass and the trees, and it's looking really, really dark. And it might be good if there's some light underneath there. All right, let's take a look. Oh, but see, what it's doing is making him bright, illuminate, which is interesting that it's doing that, but that's not what I want. But that, nope, nope. I'm gonna keep this one, and I'm gonna call that image there done. You might say, done? How's that done? It's done because what it does is it gives me a base to work with. I'm gonna have to recolor some of this stuff, tone it slightly different, but it gives me a nice base to work from. All right, so we're gonna go here. Let's see here. We're gonna get a what? What are we getting? We're gonna call this. Let's go here to this thingy and go here. Whoops. Command C, go here, and call that AI. And the reason why I did that is because I want to be able to identify what the image is. I'm going to go to File, right here. That's the one we're looking for. Okay, so that just got downloaded, so we're ready to rock and roll on that. Now we're going to go back to our workspace. We can go to our next file. Click here. We'll upload an image. This one will be this guy here. So we've got that happening. Now we're going to go. Okay. Let's go here. Right there. Now we want to go here. So you said 2. Close up of African American man. Watch this. All right. We want to get the kind of nighttime view here. Dusk 7 p.m. photo right here, so that's good. So we're going to do the hanging underneath a tree. Right. Right, we'll do that. Underneath hanging in dark, moody air. Okay, and we got that. So let's see what happens here. So now we're going to go to, we're going to go back to, we don't want to modify anything. We just want to generate what we have. So I'm feeling good about that right there. Feeling good about that. Oh, this will be interesting. Let's take a look at that. Oh, that's good. That's great. Ooh, look what it did there. Jesus Christ. Ah, that's nice. I like this one. And go here. And I also like this one as well. So we will keep these two. You see what I'm saying? I don't think we need anything else on that. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to save this as... We're going to go here, Command up, and we're going to go here. It's a lot of stuff to do. That's okay. Line 7B AI. There we go. And we want to go to Photoshop. There we go. So that just got downloaded. Let me just take a quick look at what else is going on here. Our Facebook is rocking. Thank you, Facebookers. Thank you, Facebookers. LinkedIn still linking in with the link inners. Instagram, get so much feedback on Instagram. TikTok, we got to work out a few things before we go there. All right, Substack, I'm not touching it. I don't touch Substack. I leave Substack very much alone. YouTube, still rocking and rolling. It is now been going now for 1 hour and 51 minutes. I think I'm gonna shut it down at 2 because I got a lot more work to do tonight, and I think 2 hours is long enough. Let's see here. Yeah, TikTok's so disappointing that it's not easier to do. Kick is going. Twitch is going. Probably next week when I get some funds in, I'll probably pay for the Twitter premium so I can begin to stream on Twitter. See, other than that, I think we're good here. I will show you the guys this though. This is something that was pretty cool. That, like I said, last week I was in Joel Christian Gill and Paul Karasik's MFA cartooning program through Boston University. They asked me to come in and to do some stuff. And that was pretty cool. And I think it will be good to show you guys do it. So I actually output it because generally what will happen, I'll do the images, but I might not put anything up. And what I did was to showcase that. Where is it? Right here. Let's see if we can find it here. We're going to go to Lonely Joel was the term I used. There it is. And I think what I'll do here is I'll just play the video. This will be funny to do. Check it out. Whoops. Should probably go with this one. Hold on. Is that right? Lonely Joel Paint. Where's the audio on that? Is there audio on this? Hang on. Do they have audio on this? Hang on, guys. Hang on. Whoa, look at that. All right, MP4. Joel Walks. PSD. Paint. Law. Lonely Joel. Nope. Huh, that's weird. It's not playing. That's weird. No audio. No worries. This is what I'll do to resolve that matter. Go here to there. And we will click here. And we will go to, whoa, what in the world is that? Oh, Smoking Aces. That was a crazy movie. Switch account. I'm going to go to Diesel Funk. All right, we will go to our channel. I've decided to start moving the dates off of the thing because why bother? Why not just, the date is apparent when in the title there. There's no need for me to put it in the artwork. But this is it. Check it out. very quickly, one of the reasons why I'm showing this is because I wanted to be able to demonstrate to you guys that, again, it's all starting with my drawing. It's starting with my drawing, but as we keep going, you'll notice the drawing becomes more detailed. I begin to add shadow and light. I'm not trying to get into the heavy rendering because I'm going to let VizCom do that part. Watch this. See? Check it out. Now we go to this. So that's the end image. That's the output from VizCom. Now I don't want to go with that. I start adding stuff. Watch this. See the face here? I added in the shadows that I did in the drawing to this. Had fun doing this. All right, so I had a lot of fun doing that. That was a lot of fun. But I will say this on that particular image. Hello, Ronaldo Anderson. How you doing? I know you just popped in for a quick second. One of the things of utilizing this tech, and this is something that maybe doesn't apply so much to the 2D illustrators or basic, traditional illustrators. This applies more. What I'm about to show you guys applies more to the filmmakers or to the illustrators or animators who always wanted to make movies and couldn't. So watch this. So we have here, and this is something because I was using Kling earlier because I've been doing a lot of research on this because I eventually intend to, in the coming weeks and weeks, not months, but in the coming weeks probably, again, I said I wanted to do Maddie's Rocket here, and I'm gonna do a little bit hey, maybe I need to move that microphone over a little bit, but for right now it's okay. So one of the things that's happening here is if I go to, is that one? No, let's go here, Instagram right here, is that it? Nope, that's not it. I was a good one though. Let's see here. Let's go here. Sorry about this, guys. It's just getting a little hung up. Just a smidgen. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that. Who is that? Oh, it's Lewis Hamilton. It's amazing how Afrofuturism has really just caught on and begun to permeate itself to so many aspects of society. I was mentioning Lewis Hamilton because he had actually done something with the Met Gala, which I thought was quite fascinating to see him do that. All right, so you guys see this here. That's not bad. Again, that was this particular render here. That was not so bad. I'm going to close that because that's the older version of VizCom. But what I want to do here is see if I can find Kling. Yeah, let's go here to Kling. Kling, there it is. We'll see if I can load in on this without any issue. Should be okay. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens now. I'm going to try it now. I'm already loaded into Kling. There we go. So it should load in with no issue. Notifications, release notes. I'm going to go to video. Yes, here we go. So, look at this, guys. Look, this is insane. Watch this. Now, what ended up happening in this particular shot, right at the end, it goes crazy. But look at that. That's pretty crazy. Now, why did it do that? It's because when I began to apply the animation, I had to find video reference online to drive the image. Right? And what I ended up using was this here. All right, so for filmmakers, this is for you guys. This is a brother who's a model. And so I used his pace to do this, but here's the thing I hadn't anticipated, is that the software would try to adhere to the angle that he's walking at. So what this means is that if a filmmaker could get a storyboard done like this and shoot, they would literally storyboard the entire film. They would shoot actors performing the roles, right? Try to approximate the camera angle as closely as possible. Take that drawing, import it into a program. Any program will do. I use VizCom, right? And what it will do, it will use that animation to drive the motion. Here's the problem. He walked off the sidewalk. I didn't want that. What I wanted was this one. Now that is insane. That's crazy. Look at that. Now I don't care about the sound. It puts the sound in there, but I don't need the sound. I don't need the sound at all. But I'm just, look at that. Let me try one thing. I'm going to go here to output. Now I'm going to move it to 10 seconds. So I'm going to go back. Well, actually, we had it. Let's see here. We go to the settings we had before. All right, here we go. I'm going to go here. We're going to... Oh, 35 credits? Really? Okay, we're not going to worry about it for right now. I'll come back to this stuff tomorrow. But you guys can see what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of research to try to get this stuff together. And I think what I'd be interested in seeing if 10 seconds if I can have him. Well, that one was horrible. Look at that. That's horrible. This one's pretty good. That was pretty close. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that stuff. I think it's interesting. I sent this to Paul and Joel earlier today. I'm sure they look at it like, oh Lord, But yeah, these are things, guys, they're going to change the way we consume. Yes, does this change art? No. It changes the way art is made, because there are going to be a number of people who will not have any hesitation in using these as a tool. That's why, like when I'm using VizCom, I don't go with VizCom and have it decide what it wants to do. No, I want it to adhere to my line work, my drawing, so that when that color and that tone is there, I can go in and do what I need to do, because I want it to be mine. I don't want it to be some kind of weird kind of interpretation based on purely on someone else's art. I want it to be on my art. Now, if it'll take references from the gazillion photos and movies that it took and deploy that photorealism into my line artwork, I can live with that. A lot of people may not be able to live with it, but I can live with it. As a result, I will do that, and we can rock and roll. Any rate, that's where we are. With that, Wednesday, November 12th, Diesel Funk Studios. I'm Tim Fielder, live drawing. Tim Fielder. Again, if all goes well the way I want it to, I will begin the process of starting live social selling. Ideally on Black Friday. If not, then shortly thereafter. So probably not before, but certainly after. There's some things I have to finish up and get out of the house in order to make that happen. But these are the things that are rocking and rolling. So it's been a pleasure working with you guys, seeing you guys again today. We're going to go with a straight ahead there. Thank you so much. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Be kind with one another. In this day and age, we certainly need it. Peace.